Thank you all so much for coming. I'm so excited to have you here. So, first off, who here wants to be happy? Raise your hand. Okay. And who here wants to have more meaningful connections? Raise your hand.
Those are two
And who
good
here
questions.
knows that the secret to happiness is meaningful connections? Raise your hand.
I'm not sure.
Today, we're going to talk about the one
I like
thing
your
that
face.
holds us
It's
back
very
from having
engaging.
meaningful connections. Commitment. So let's think of some limiting beliefs someone may have with regards to commitment. Raise your hand when you know.
Okay, well, I want you to frame up that question differently.
Paul.
It might hurt.
It might hurt. Excellent. Any other limiting beliefs regarding commitment?
Okay, that's safer.
Isaac.
What are some limiting beliefs you've
Fear
heard
what?
in relation to commitment?
Being accepted. So, fear.
Okay, watch
being
out for that
accepted.
pointer finger.
And with talking, is that a vulnerable thing? So
That's
if
good.
you're
You're now
vulnerable-
going with the handout
Cool.
as if
Anything
you
else?
heard us.
Sure, there's tons of them. Just gotta. So you're talking about commitment.
Mm-hmm.
You can put your hand down now.
Yes, that
You're
was
succeeding.
the first time that I
Yeah.
watched that.
Fear of failure and fear of succeeding.
I don't.
So
Your
what
hand
do-
is still up for a long, long, long time.
What if you actually get what you want? Annette.
Fear of the work involved.
Fear of the work it takes. Absolutely.
That was good that you were repeating back what they said to you.
might
Good
have to
acknowledgement.
change.
Fear you might have to change.
I'm really impressed, Kerstin.
So commitment may require getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah,
yes,
that's powerful connection with your audience.
not being accepted as another person. Mm-hmm. Could that also be fear of rejection?
Judgment. Yeah.
Fear of judgment? Absolutely. So a little bit about my background. I'm of German origin. And Germans are very compassionate people. When we open our heart to you, we're fiercely loyal and committed. There was a time in my life where I was dating with the intent to get married. And so I saw someone I could open my heart to, someone I commit to. So I committed and opened my heart to my boyfriend. I gave everything I could to him, 110%. I was committed to the relationship. It was not going to fail,
I want to know what that looks like.
but he wasn't as committed to me. And he left and married someone else. And I said, okay, that's fine. Just because this relationship didn't work out isn't going to prevent me from having another successful relationship. So I met someone I could connect to. And I opened my heart and I was committed to the relationship. Whatever bumps and bruises and whatever we had in our relationship, it was going to work. Except he wasn't as committed to me.
Okay, I see a line of men getting thrown under the bus.
So then, the time I was getting older and I really wanted to get married. So I found another person I could commit to. But what I didn't know was that I was committed to a sinking ship. There are things in that relationship I dealt with that no one should ever have to go through. It literally took an act of God to get me out of that relationship. And when the relationship ended, my ability to commit and connect was drastically reduced.
Okay, a safer
So
way.
you-
Yeah.
So then
Okay.
eventually God led me to my husband. And God said, here.
So one of the things that I was noticing, and Marianne talked about it with the men, you were holding a heavy weight, and you held your hand was there, and it was on the male side, and so that was telling me that you're holding a weight, a masculine weight. I don't know exactly what that means, but your arm was stuck there for quite a while.
Okay, and I agree with that. And there's also this pattern I'm seeing of this boyfriend wasn't committed, this boyfriend wasn't committed, this, and it's getting a little bit dangerous as far as I'm not sure if I want to be a person in your story because I might get thrown under the bus. Which means if I'm a client, I'm not sure if I want to be one of your clients because I might get thrown under the bus. A safe way to say that would be something like, I got into a beautiful relationship where I was 100% committed and I got heartbroken. And then I had another relationship and I got heartbroken again. And it's total ownership of I got heartbroken. Not he broke my heart. I got heartbroken. I got heartbroken. I got heartbroken. So it's total ownership of how you felt.
And that becomes powerful because now I can buy into that because I can empathize with you knowing that you got heartbroken, and whether I've been heartbroken or not, then I'm able to go into it. So yes.
Right, yeah. So it's not about the men you were dating not being committed. It's about how you felt, which is what you want your audience to join with you on.
Here is someone you can commit to. Here's someone that will give you the happiness and everything you ever wanted. I said, okay, God. Because as we know, commitment is an expression of trust. And when you trust someone, that's an expression of love. And when you live in love, that's when you have happiness.
Okay, I'm going to give you what you're doing with your hands right at that moment is you're throwing up on me. And I'm loving what I'm hearing, but what your hands keep doing like this and telling me that you're throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so now if I'm in the audience, I may start checking out a little bit because I'm going, whoa, 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 I don't like people puking on me. And you haven't done it so much right at this moment, but
just beware of it.
Commitment, connection, and happiness.
That was powerful right there. You gave me 3 things.
Great link. Great link.
But I held back. I didn't give 110%.
Good ownership.
And commitment, connection, and happiness. If you were on a board, those would be powerful words to have written on the board at some point because you hit them in a strong, powerful way.
What were the 3 words again?
Commitment,
connected,
connection, and happiness.
I would even hit that last one, contentment. To hit all
so
3
hit
C's.
3 C's.
One you could use. Commitment, connection, contentment.
Okay, yes.
Contentment. Try that on.
As I used to. I didn't even give 100%. I probably gave about 90%. Because I held on to my limiting beliefs from my previous relationships. My husband is a divorcee. So for the first time in my life, a word that was
Kerstin, I realize that you're on a smaller stage because you're in the living room, but you've been in that same place for a long time. Your hands have been gesturing to different places, which is powerful.
What seemed
but
walk to the other side of the fireplace when it's time.
There's more
when it's
downs
time.
than ups. As I said, he was a single father. And so in one day, I became a brand new wife and a mother. Not only become a brand new wife and a mother, but I inherited an ex-wife. He was in school.
Be careful with that wording.
Responsible for providing for the family.
Of inheriting an ex-wife. That can be dangerous.
That can be dangerous, or if the audience is going along with you, it could actually be a relief, a comic relief. But that's one of those things to just be aware of. Ex-wife can be comic relief and everybody can go along, or it can like dud and your audience didn't seem to go along with you on there. Cause I was waiting for a chuckle.
And our parents were too busy with their own issues, so we had to do this marriage alone without support. What would be difficult for some became excruciating for us.
Nice line. I love that.
After 6 months into the marriage, I started looking for an escape route. I started looking for ways that I could get out because I lost trust in myself.
Good ownership.
I lost trust in God. And I lost trust in my husband because I withheld my commitment.
Okay, you just said that you lost trust in your husband. Normally I would say be careful of that wording, but you set it up really well by owning the loss of trust in yourself first. So everything is coming back to you. Well done.
For 5 years, I chose into disconnection. Without connection, there's love. There's no love. And without the love, I was miserable. I chose into misery because I withheld my commitment.
Good girl. Good girl.
In a moment, we're going to have the opportunity to work out our limiting beliefs.
Good. I was wondering if you wouldn't give it away, and you didn't.
I'd like us all to take a moment to ground. Take a deep breath. and think for yourself. What is the number one limiting belief I have that holds me back from commitment?
Good. Make sure you tell them to begin. They need clear instructions. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes. Begin now.
Sometimes asking them to give a deep breath will help put them in that moment. And when you have their eyes closed, if you need to move
When you
around,
have the belief,
that's a
raise your
perfect
hand.
time to move around however you want.
Get a drink, whatever you need.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you ask them to put their hands up?
She did. She said,
Okay.
put your hand up.
Okay.
At least
Raise
that's...
your hand. Yes. I'll get hurt. Has anyone else had the fear of hurt? Thank you. Who else would like
Good
to
acknowledgement.
share? Holly.
That I not deserve more love than what I was given before I married my husband.
That I don't deserve more love than what I was given before I married my husband. Who else would like to share? Dave.
Too busy. Too busy.
I'm too busy. Too busy to connect, too busy to commit.
Yeah. Well,
Both. You're too busy. Cole.
Two, I'm not enough and it takes too much work.
Not enough, and it takes too much work. Paul.
fear of losing myself and the other person taking over.
So not enough is one of the
Fear of
key
losing
big
yourself.
buckets, and so that one would be one that I might want to
Sounds like a fear of
really
loss of
acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
control. Jen.
Can I trust that person? Completely. And be open. I trust them with my heart. I trust them to provide, to take care of, to be a partner, to step up.
Can I trust?
Good condensing.
Annette.
I'm too broken.
I'm too broken. I am looking for someone who is willing to be committed to creating a new belief for themselves. Someone who's willing to be vulnerable and walk on broken glass as a part of this process.
What?
I'm looking for someone who has lost trust and who is willing to step into faith. If you believe this is you, please raise your hand.
Okay, I would omit that last line. I'm looking for someone who has lost trust. You might not get your ideal person with that.
Come on up, Jennifer.
Okay, so when you're asking for a volunteer for this is another one of those times when you have everyone close their eyes and ground and come up with a limiting belief. You framed it up really well, but when you pick someone from the audience, you want to pick them after you've had them ground, close their eyes, raise their hand, put their hands down, open their eyes, and then you pick someone who raised their hand.
And that's a good opportunity where you could have just said, Jennifer, would you be willing to come up here? Because they've already said that they were willing to participate.
Right.
But now you get to give them one more buy out or buy in.
It just creates a feeling of safety where they can raise their hand with the knowledge that no one is judging them or looking at them, and then they can still have an opportunity to volunteer.
All right, stand right on stage. All right, tell us your name.
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. All right, thank you. What's coming up for you?
Okay, when you bring people on stage, make sure you applaud them up.
That hit me hard. I'm realizing that I really don't trust anymore. I've had so many failed relationships in a failed marriage, and I will be
Right back. Someone's at my door. Tracy's got this
so
person.
I can allow somebody in that'll actually be an equal partner.
Sounds like there's a lot of pain and hurt there. With your limiting belief being, I don't trust, is this something that serves you?
No.
How is the lack of trust costing you? What is it costing you in your life?
Asking for the cost is a very powerful way to help someone become clear. Sometimes I'll put it in money or relationships or other things where I'm not showing up.
My failed marriage. It causes me to keep people at a distance. They only can comment so far. And you get too close, I'll push you away or I'll pull away. And letting my guard down, I'll let my guard down. I can,
This is also an opportunity
and
where if you were flipped
I've noticed that
and you were standing on the other side of Jennifer, then she would be facing to the future instead of looking back at the past.
to my
The sphere of trust is definitely causing a lot of pain. Are you ready to let it go?
yes.
So let's offer some ideas, some new beliefs that may be of service for Jennifer. What suggestions do you have?
So is the
Okay,
I
so-
do trust?
The old belief is I do not trust.
So I'm going to encourage you not to hold your hand up. That seems to be a habit that you're creating. Is you've got your hand up continually up.
So you
Maybe
don't
it is
trust
you
them to
forgot
actually be a partner.
that you had it up. Just be aware of that.
Christine.
So there are people out there that support you and love you because you're amazing.
I'm supported and loved because I'm amazing.
Let's get other suggestions of a possible new belief for Jennifer. Annette, and then we'll do Cole.
I am always supported and loved.
I am always supported and loved.
I might even switch that around, that I am supported in love instead of putting the superlative always on it, even if she put it there.
About her,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Because you get to choose how you respond back to their
Right?
suggestion.
So, yeah, I like the ones, and so I like the thought of it being about I trust and support me completely. You know, I trust and support myself completely. So I am support. So I am love. You know, or something.
I trust and support myself completely.
I feel like it fits.
Jennifer's looking
We'll do
good.
Paul and then we'll do Holly.
How about I trust myself?
That girl looks like she lost 50 pounds or something.
Oh,
She didn't lose it. She didn't want to find it again.
Oh, that she released.
Holly?
I am trustworthy and what was yours?
Supportable.
Supportable. I am trustworthy and I am supportable.
I am trustworthy and supported. So of all these wonderful suggestions,
I don't know.
okay, one last one.
I attract people that support me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, good audience response. So I play on that one.
All these beliefs that have been given, which do you choose to believe for yourself?
I like both of those.
Put them together.
Yeah, let's do them together. So I attract people that support me, and I trust myself to choose a great companion. Yay! I attract people that support me, and I trust myself to choose a great.
I love to see you excited on stage, Kerstin. You got super excited for
Are
her, and
you
that's
ready?
Yes, because you're very attentive
Ah.
right there. That's powerful.
I would like to invite my assistant Isaac to the stage to help us, to bring up, to help us do the glass walk.
give Isaac a round of applause.
Yep, give Isaac a round of applause.
You can have that carpet laid out beforehand
Yes,
so that when he comes to the stage, this is the first thing he does.
because now this.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Isaac!
So
Oh.
so we're gonna give Isaac instruction, and we're not gonna hold it against you
No, this isn't
necessarily.
for you.
But this is very powerful as we're doing it, because we talked about glass can jump, and we don't want to give it too many opportunities. But pouring that glass, when you just pour it out in a slow manner,
needs to be reverent.
we can hear it, and it goes into the psyche, and it becomes a beautiful.
And maybe Isaac was going for the shock value, but dumping it not only is one dangerous, but two, it robs you of the experience.
And so I would have, because we're looking at that, I would have Isaac with his gloves on, and possibly with protective eye gear on, just because in normal events we have those available.
Yeah, and you can see Jennifer. She's like, she knows how this works, and she's like, whoa, wait a second, what just happened? So make sure when you do the glass walk that you give your team very specific instructions on how to ceremoniously pour the glass. Okay, remember the gloves. Good. Okay, he should have had his gloves on already.
Hey, Isaac.
See, look how far.
See,
He's got
right.
he's got glass all the way over here because he dumped it, and it
So-
didn't.
so there-
yeah.
Yeah, so there's glass a lot of places. Did you have the markings on the
I don't see any
carpet?
tape on it.
All right, so most of them have
markings.
markings on them.
And most of them should be marked, so you have a mark here, a mark there, a mark here, and a mark here. Okay, Isaac needs some training on how to work with the glass.
Give it up for Isaac. All right, so this is an opportunity for you to acknowledge Isaac
Share
again.
with you the purpose of the glass walk and how to walk on glass. Okay. Walking on glass challenges our commitment. Our limiting beliefs give us the perception of pain. This glass looks painful.
I would question that.
I can assure you it's very real. And people have
Limiting beliefs don't give us the perception of pain.
Pain gives me the perception of pain.
Pain gives me the perception of pain. Pain is an indicator, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I see where you're going with it, where people have the fear of pain, and it's the limiting belief that causes the fear.
It stops them what the fear of the pain creates a situation where they stop, they don't act, and that seems like you're going there. So
Okay, just wordsmith that a little bit.
cut themselves on glass. But I can also tell you that people have walked on this glass and their feet have remained in perfect condition. What experience would you like to create for yourself?
Good question.
Perfect condition. Perfect condition. And what level of commitment would you like to bring to your experience? 10. 10 out of 10. Excellent. So the way we walk on glass.
So when you say what level of commitment, she did it, but give her a scale. Would you like a 5 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 commitment? And
Right.
so when she says 10, it's in context.
because I might have told you I'm about at a 93,
Yeah, and we
and
just
you
need
were looking
some-
for a 10 scale.
So give him a scale.
It's very simple. You will come to the front of the glass. You'll have your shoes in your hand. You'll state your name, state your limiting belief, and state the new belief that you are committing to. You will then step onto the glass. It is important that when you take each step, you commit to the glass. Commit to this step and connect to the glass beneath you. I promise you, as you commit and connect to the glass, you will have a very powerful experience. We will
Okay,
have
that's a
Isaac
promise
here
I would
check your
hesitate
feet
to
make sure you
make.
have no-
Whenever you say I promise you got to be able to hold them to that promise, and you cannot have any control over whether or not this process is powerful for them. So a safer way to say that is I promise you will have the opportunity to make this a very impactful experience.
Or when I first did the glass walk, it was such a powerful, life-changing event for me. I'm excited for you.
no souvenirs. And then when you're done, the whole crowd will jump up and scream for you and celebrate. Are you ready?
Okay, take out scream, just
Okay,
celebrate's
let's
fine.
come to the front.
Screaming kind of scares me.
I'll offer you a hand for support. All right, state your name.
I am Jennifer Henderson. My living belief is that I don't trust.
What is the new belief you are committing to?
I attract people who support me into my life, and I trust myself to choose a good companion.
Take a step.
Good thing to say at that point is whenever you're ready, the glass is open. Love that popping sound.
Stop right there.
I love the expression on your face. It's so welcoming.
You're standing on broken glass.
Yeah.
The perception of pain is all around you. Let's declare
Okay,
with
take
a
that line
10
out,
of 10
perception of pain.
commitment to the divine and to the people around you, what is this belief you're committing to?
I attract people into my life who support me. And I trust myself to choose a good companion for myself.
One more time. Really loud. You got it.
I trust myself to choose a companion to support me truly and fully. Completely. I attract people into my life who support me 100% all the time.
Excellent. Let's finish. Okay. Right here, now Isaac's gonna check your feet. Now close your eyes. Take a moment to imagine. This is a truth inside of you that has always existed.
I like that. Good job.
You attract people who support you. You trust yourself to choose the right companion. Imagine the changes you are creating now that you've committed to this truth. Imagine the changes in your body, the changes in your relationship, the changes in your connection to God, the changes in your connection to yourself and to those around you. What will be different now that you're committed to this truth?
I might change that to what is different.
I agree.
I'll see the support around me and accept it.
I see the
You'll
support
see the support
around.
around you and accept it.
Very
Make
good.
it present tense, yeah.
And what else will change?
What else is
I open
changing?
my heart. I allow myself to trust again. Be vulnerable.
Your heart is open and you're vulnerable. Jennifer, there are some people in the audience who may have been holding on to your old belief. Take a moment, turn to them, and tell them why they should commit to this truth.
Okay, so in the script it says there are some people in your life rather than some people in the audience. So you can say there are some people in your life that may remember you with this old belief. And then you can say, what would you offer them as a reason for believing that this new belief is now part of who you are? So rather than the audience, say there may still be people that know you or in your life.
Because what's really happening is we're connecting that in a strong, powerful way in our own mind by putting it onto someone else in my life. But
As you commit to yourself to open up and be vulnerable and be real, it allows for
So you see now she's
and
talking to the
connections in
audience
your life.
rather than talking to herself,
And the only way
which is the difference.
to have a great relationship is to trust and be vulnerable.
I give to you, Jennifer, the supporting. Let's cheer for Jennifer. Thank you. You have a seat. Now is your turn to commit to a new belief. In a moment, each of you will have the opportunity to choose to walk on glass, if you so desire. I invite you all to do this in silence so that we can maintain a sacred experience for everybody.
Be careful
When
using
you're
the word
ready,
sacred.
You'll have your shoes off your feet and in your hand. You'll come to the front of the glass. You'll state your name, state your limiting belief, and state your new belief that you're choosing to commit to. You will then walk across the glass. I'll offer you a hand for support, and Isaac will be at the end to clean off your feet.
To receive
When all
you.
is done, we invite you to return
To
to your
receive you,
seat,
yeah.
sit in silence to maintain.
And if you
sacred
need
experience for
assistance,
everyone.
then I'll offer you
take a moment
assistance
to
because
close
some
our
people
eyes
do
and
not
mouth.
need assistance.
Think of the limiting belief that you held on to with regards to commitment. What is a new truth you would like to create for yourself? Let's
I
get
like
some
that
shares.
language. What is the new truth that you're choosing into?
Good shares. Good. Keep that hand up. All the way.
And
There you go.
I am fully capable and whole.
I am fully capable and whole. Who else would like to share?
At this point, you could either do shares like you're doing, or you could say, on the count of 3, everyone proclaim or yell out their new
Mhm.
belief. 1, 2, 3, go.
Stand up and proclaim your new belief. And then that way people can show up in wherever they want.
And you don't have this
Yeah,
long
I'm
silence.
I'm in charge of my own time.
I'm in charge of my own time. Thank you. If you're ready to do the glass walk, take the time to ground and ask yourself, does this process serve me to commit to my new belief? If the answer is yes, you're invited to form a line at the front of the glass.
A simpler way to say that is say, those of you who are ready to do the glass walk, please form a line. So if Isaac has clear instructions, then he knows where to be and when without you having to point and nod and give silent commands. So you can just say, and Isaac will be waiting at the end to receive you. And that will cue Isaac to get up and move.
Mm-hmm.
What is your limiting belief? That I'm too old to have fun in my relationships. What is the new belief that you're committing to?
My new belief is that I have lots of fun and I am willing to play in my relationships with all my family members.
Awesome.
It's a great time for music. When you have access to the music through the Limitless Mentor Maker page, this is a great time for that.
Good job.
You hold a really good space for people on stage. I admire that.
What is your name?
My name is Cole.
Cole, what is your limiting belief?
Ask them what was their limiting belief when you do that.
Yes.
That I am not reliable and dependable in commitment.
What is the new belief you're committing to?
That I am completely reliable and dependable and I can make things happen.
And I make things happen.
Yeah.
So one thing you can do to frame this up so you actually get a line of people instead of like that awkward testimony meeting moment where you're waiting for the next person to get up is to say stand up and I invite you to form a line right here. And I know that you said that, but you need to wait for it to happen before you move forward. So your first person's waiting there and you wait for the line to form until you move forward. Avoid all this dead space here.
I don't really.
There he is.
Dave,
Dave, what is your limiting belief?
What was?
that I'm too busy,
Too busy. And what is the new belief you're committing to?
that I am in control of all the time I want.
I'm in control of all the time I want. Stop, let's wipe your feet.
Oh.
Wow, we have a lot of time between people here.
Okay, so once again, this would have been an opportunity to set up your line.
What is your limiting belief?
That relationships consume me and I disappear.
And what is the new belief you're committing to?
That I am a strong, powerful individual and I will maintain my integrity in any relationship.
I maintain my integrity.
So it's a way to what? Walk around?
You gotta walk through the perception of pain.
Okay.
Okay, beware of that
Clean these
perception of
glasses,
pain.
just, you know.
Phrase. I wouldn't use that.
Because you're
And even
walking,
if it
you're
isn't-
committing to
doesn't
taking
matter.
action, so
Because I
taking
can
a
walk
step
out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to your new life.
And the more you feed them perception of pain, the more they're going to have perception of pain. So a better phrase would be, are you ready to step into this commitment fully?
You are in integrity.
Which one's next?
Last,
It's like you're getting
in
shares.
this exercise, it seems to be like more of a forgiving exercise than anything else. I can feel the glass forgive my foot as I step on it. And it's almost an experience of forgiving myself for allowing myself to be held back.
What a
in certain
beautiful
ways.
comment.
And so this always seems to be kind of like an experience of forgiving myself as I feel the glass forgive my foot as I walk across. Excellent. Beautiful.
That's powerful.
Who else would like to share?
I found as I was walking through the glass, I could feel the pain and was wondering if it was going to puncture through or not. And realized
And that
it
may be
didn't
because
matter
you had
where
perception
it
of pain going over.
That I knew this